A few songs from Carole and Tuesday may give you musical fission, known to the layman as goosebumps. But it's during the show's Mars Brightest arc that we're introduced to GGK, who, with a smooth voice and interstellar tones, whisks us to the stars and through to the cosmos on the Milky Way.
And without further ado, here she is singing Milky Way.
While the character's speaking voice is expressed by Misaki Kuno in Japanese and Meila Lee in English, GGK's Milky Way tone comes from Legendary Legacy. The track's composition, lyrics, the arrangement are all a collaborative piece crafted by Madison and Taylor McFerrin, brother and sister heralds of the new jazz and future soul renaissance. Taylor's sensual keystrokes and swirling soundscapes, a clear symbol of his current staple style, lay a foundation for Madison's well-churned to buttercream voice. GGK's movements are hypnotic as if we're floating amongst the stars. The audience sits locked in awe as she channels the McFerrin frequency. Both of these McFerrins have been navigating the music game for a respectable amount of time, education and industry. Madison, a singer-songwriter who makes what I like to call barefoot medicine music, is an alumna of Berklee's School of Music, and Taylor, a self-taught multi-instrumentalist, including his body as a beatboxer. Both are well-experienced artists who have explored different projects and released multiple albums. The reason Shinichiro Watanabe, as a jazz lover, wanted to work with them becomes even more cosmic crystal clear when viewed through the chronoscope. This is Bobby McFerrin, singing his hit single, Don't Worry, Be Happy. For 2 weeks, it held the #1 spot on the 1988 Billboard Hot 100. In the same moment, it milestoned other Billboard accolades, this moment bringing him global exposure. McFerrin was the first person to do this a cappella. His ability for polyphonics, scatting, dexterous vocals, and self-harmonizing teamed with his body as a percussive instrument won him a Grammy. With his unique vocal range, one-man band ability, and understanding of music composition, Bobby began to carve his own lane. He was held in high regard by his friend and mutual muse, the late, great Robin Williams, a fellow improv artist whose own improvised comedy was jazz-like.
I love it when George came back from Japan. He went, I went to the Coyote Conference. No, it's Kyoto. Oh, it's a very good car. No.
The McFerrin musical genius stems from the genetic memory of his gospel-loving parents who met in a church choir. His mother, Sarah, was a soprano, a voice teacher. She would sit and play at the piano while she was pregnant with Robert Keith McFerrin Jr., giving him an innate foundation and affinity for the tone of the keys. Bobby's father, Robert McFerrin Sr., was a baritone, a vocal coach, and the first African-American male vocal soloist at the Metropolitan Opera in New York, a landmark in Black history. Baby Bobby McFerrin would sit under the piano during his dad's lessons, allowing the vibrations to wash over him until he's completely submerged, like a phonetic baptism. It has been said that Bobby McFerrin is a perfect ambassador for the idea of music. With this blessing, he would go on to become a symphonic conductor, classical and communal, as he is capable of bringing an entire audience to a point of beautiful resonance. Master of ceremony skills he would pass on to his children. Like their father, Madison and Taylor embrace and evolve the McFerrin genius, extending the branches of the family philosophy. The duo are virtuoso, their bodies instruments, with the tongue as the lead. The modern age allowing them seamless live sampling, transforming an individual into a medley on the spot with on-point blending. This is why it's so easy to be swept away by Milky Way. It's an extension of musical pedigree, a family of living instruments and audio alchemists embodying harmonic vibrational frequency for generations, spanning a bit more than a documented century, sourced through the divine, through the cosmos, riding on the Milky Way.